crossbow into the back seat as Erasmus got in on the passenger side. "Be careful with my crossbow," he cried. "It's fine." I started up the Jeep and scattered the leaf duff as I pulled a J-turn and headed toward the back road. There was no moon yet, and it was dark out. My headlights were the only thing keeping me from careening off the road, lighting just a little bit of each bend in the highway as I drove. And just as I rounded a curve, my headlights swept over a man on a black horse, rearing up in the middle of the street. I cranked over the steering wheel and screamed as we bumped over the verge and down into a ditch. The airbags didn't deploy, so it wasn't that much of a jolt, but it sure felt like it. "Are you okay?" I said to Erasmus, heart pounding. He looked at me like I was crazy. "You saw that, didn't you?" I opened the door and stepped out, but had no idea that my door and the running board were poised over the deepest part of the ditch. Down I went. "Kylie!" Erasmus yelled. "I'm all right. Just bruised my ego." Getting up and rubbing my backside, I glanced over the hood to the road. "Holy shit! That's a headless horseman!" Yup, there he was on a black horse, cradling his head under his arm. Instead of a sword, he was swinging around a glowing whip. Was this guy from a reenactment of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow? Nope, it was way too creepy for that. And he wasn't running away or coming to help like a real person would have. He had to be from the book, and one of the weirdest to date. He cracked his whip a few times, and it seemed to get longer the more he did it. There was something odd about that whip. Maybe odder than the head and the crook of his arm. Is that whip made out of a spine? It elongated again as he cracked it almost over my head. The greenish face of the head under his arm was pulled into a hideous grin from one ear to the other. His eyes were glowing too, but they never stopped looking around and rolling in their sockets. He opened his mouth and laughed like a crazy man. Oh, this is not good. Really not good. The crossbow flew out of the car and slipped into my hand, as if telling me, "You're going to need this." "What in the hell is that, Erasmus?" "I believe it is the Doulahan. A headless rider with the spine of a corpse for a whip. He kills by calling out your name." "Oh shit, and we both said each other's names. How do I stop that?" He gave me that "you are so stupid" look. "Use the damn crossbow." Oh yeah, I put the crossbow up to my shoulder. As soon as I did, the spine whip snapped at it, pulling it from my hand. The Doulahan laughed out of his moldy face again. The crossbow sailed into the darkness. "I know you, Kylie Strange," he said in a creepy, high-pitched voice. I stopped dead, fear clutching at my heart. It seemed to stutter, but nothing else happened. I felt all over my torso with my hands and looked up at Erasmus. "I'm not dead." "No, you certainly don't appear to be." Doulahan looked pretty pissed about that. "Erasmus Dark!" he screeched. Erasmus gave the creature a filthy look. "I'm a demon," he said. "I can't die." I could have sworn that head mouthed, "Well, fuck," before he reared his red-eyed horse again and plunged into the depths of the forest.